Hello, dear viewers. Welcome to Anuvapti Academy, where we explore everything commerce. I, Anusha Naikwad, help you to make your concepts easier. So, yesterday on November 2, 2025, it was Kset examination. And so, let us just look into the question paper and try to analyze which is the most correct answer. The question paper looks a bit of medium to difficult. Here, the questions are mainly what is that I can say focused on laws, sections, and application and practical kind of questions were also more seen. So yes, let's just go through the question paper and try to understand the answer keys. Okay, so the first question is like they have given us the list of years and the list of acts. So we have to just match in which year which act was enacted. So in 1999, it was Trademarks Act, and in 57, Copyright Act. So 2001, it is Protection of Plant, and 2000, it's Design Act. So accordingly, the answer will be matched. Okay, so examine the following: assertion and reason. Okay, assertion is in a contract of guarantee, two parties are involved. False. Okay, always remember in the contract of guarantee, three parties are involved, that is debtor, creditor, and surety, someone who gives the sure. Okay, and the contract of guarantee must be in writing. False. The contract of guarantee can be in writing and in oral. It is not necessary, it has to be in writing. So both the sentences are incorrect. Next, the rule of majority was well-known principle recognized in the leading case of correct answer is Foss versus Harbotel. According to this rule, then they came up with the rule of majority, which means that the decision taken by the majority of shareholders is applicable to the minority also. There is no again further decision to be done. So whatever majority is deciding will be binding. So that is rule of majority. Next, expand DIN. So DIN is director identification number. So DIN, this number is given to people who want to be appointed or who want to be an director of the company. They should have this unique identification number called DIN. Okay, a holder in due course of negotiable instrument can sue instrument in his or her name, can sue only if permitted, or can sue if permitted by payee, or cannot sue. Here the answer is he can sue on the instrument in his or her own name. Okay. Next, doctrine of indoor management operate means to protect insiders, to protect outsiders, to protect public, to protect management. Here it means to protect outsiders against the company. See, the outsider means the outsiders who are dealing with the company. So it protects them that the company is following all the rules and regulation. Okay, there are no irregularities. Okay, so doctrine of indoor management is outsiders. Next up, section 14, consent is said to be free when it is not caused by. So section 15 is corrosion. Okay, and section 16 is undue influence. Section 17 is misunderstanding, misinterpretation. Okay, 18, fraud. Okay, so just a second. 17, just a second. 17 is about fraud. And yes, correct, right. Section 18 is about misinterpretation. So accordingly, you can match. Next, what is that? The doctrine of public policy. According to section 23, what does it mean? Agreement should always be in the favor of government, should be in the best interest of public, should follow religious practices, should follow personal interest. This C and D, though highly impossible. Okay, so public. So it should be in the best interest of public. What does nemo dat quid non habet mean in the context of Sale of Goods Act? So this phrase is a Latin phrase which means that no one can give what they do not have. Okay, no one can give what they do not have. According to this, the correct answer is no one can transfer a better title than what they have. Here, for example, I can say you that if A steals a book, okay, of B, A is stealing a book of B, and then A sells that book to C. Okay, A cannot transfer the ownership because they don't have that title only. Okay, so no one can transfer a better title than what they have. Next, a fast food brand like McDonald's, okay, expand globally by allowing local entrepreneurs to use its brand, menu and business model in exchange for fees and royalty. This is an example of franchising. Guys. Okay. Next, if Mr. A, an Indian artist, wins 10,000 in lottery, which of the following statement is true? So tax is deductible. Yes, this one. Sorry. Tax is deductible under section 194B at 30% for lottery, which is deductible for 194B at 30%. Okay. ICDS 8 deals with what? So ICDS 8 deals with revenue recognition. Okay, how the revenue is to be disclosed, what are about the sales, services, interest, all those things is discussed in ICDS 8. Next, as per section 60 of Income Tax Act 1961, income is clubbed if asset yielding income is transferred as revocable transfer, income is transferred without transferring asset yielding income, asset yielding income is transferred as an irrevocable transfer, none of the above. So here the correct answer is option 1. Just let me know in the comments like what are your answers for the question, because the correct answer we can only find out when the KEA releases the answer keys. So until then we can just try to understand deep analysis of question and find the correct answer. Okay, next is again sections and under which section what is enacted. So section 32 is about depreciation. Okay, so A is 3. Section 288B is about rounding of taxes. Fine. Section 10 is states exempted income. Okay. And section 45, capital gains. So accordingly the answer goes fine. Okay. Which of the following is or are not a progressive tax? Okay. So progressive tax is something which changes. Okay. Which changes according to the income. Whereas GST is the same rate, 5%, 12%, 8%, same rate is applicable. Custom duty, again same rate. Sales tax, same rate. Whereas income tax is not. So, answer A. Fine. Next we have statement, corporate tax impacts all business equally. No. tax cannot be equal for the all business, highly impossible. It will depend upon the size, the business, the rate. Okay, next, all business irrespective of size or turnover pay the same tax. No, both are false, guys. Both A and B are false. Next, the quantum of penalty for under-reporting and misreporting of income under Section 270A and 270A8 of Income Tax Act 1961 is 100% of tax payable, 50% of tax 200 or 150%. So here the correct answer is 50% and 200%. Okay, so B and C. Next, match the following. ICDX 9 relates to borrowing cost, and section 139 relates to 500 rupees exemption. Okay, that is of minor income exemption. Next, up to 500 rupees, clubbing of minor income. Next, section 139A is about quoting of Aadhaar card. Means that is quoting of Aadhaar card, linking of Aadhaar card with PAN. Next, section clubbing of minor income, that is rupees 1500 is exempt for clubbing. And section 45(2) is conversion of capital asset into stock into trade. So the sections go as it is. Next, which of the following ITR forms is used in filing return of income of individuals? So it is ITR 3. Next, income escaping assessment is covered under section dash of income tax 161. It is section 147. Again, we have matched the following. IMF. Okay, it is related to what? International Monetary Fund. So global financial stability. Fine. Next is World Bank. So World Bank reduces poverty and supports the development of the countries. Okay, next UNCTAD. This is for development of trade in the countries. And last, ASEAN promotes regional cooperation and economic growth. So answer goes according to that. Okay, we have again the match the following. Fine. So what's the first one? Central Consumer Protection Act. So if I read this only, yeah, new body to protect consumer complaints. Okay. Next, consumer dispute. See, dispute. There are two things here. Solve the consumer level. Fine. Next is e-commerce guidelines, rules for online platforms, and product liability is that companies are responsible for any damages. So the match goes according to that. Okay. If a company violates a provision of FEMA by exceeding the foreign exchange limit without approval, then what is the maximum monetary penalty that can be imposed? So, involved in the contravention, matlab how much the sum is involved in that exceeding limit, that much of 3 times it is given as penalty. Okay, what is the main purpose of India's export promotion mission introduced in 25-26? So it is to promote MSMEs, non-barrier tariffs, and non-tariff barriers and access to global market. Okay. Which of the following is a key function of WTO's dispute settlement body? Dispute settlement body, they have clearly mentioned. So for that, I'll go with this option: settling trade disputes between WTO countries. According to Raymond Vernon's product life cycle, which of the following statement is true? So this person believes that new products are first bought and used and consumed in the advanced countries. Fine. The current account of balance of payment includes exports of goods and services. This is correct. The capital account includes foreign direct investment and portfolio investment. This is correct. A balance of payment surplus always indicates strong domestic company and higher GDP growth. Not necessarily. So 1 and 2 is correct and 3 is incorrect, guys. Okay. Next, TRIPS, TRIPS requires all WTO members to give minimum protection to things like patents, copyrights, trademark. Okay. And TRIMS does not allow countries to use trade distorting rules like forcing companies to use local products or balance imports and exports. TRIMS allows countries to force companies to transfer technology or meet export targets when they invest. So here also again 1 and 2 is correct and 3 is incorrect. Fine. Okay. Next, arrange the following capital flows from most stable to most volatile. So the most volatile is FPI, that is foreign portfolio investment. So obviously, first one is direct investment. Yes, here it is. Let me mark it here for you. Direct investment, then external borrowings, then NRI deposits, and then we go for FPI. So most stable is FDI and most volatile and fluctuating is FPI. Fine. Consider the following statements about CSR committee. So what is that? CSR committee is mandatory for all companies that fall under CSR obligation. Okay, correct. Next, the CSR committee includes at least one independent director. Yes. The CSR committee is responsible for monitoring and implementing or recommending the CSR policy to the board. Correct. All are correct, guys. Fine. Which of the following refers to the method of sampling in which a core group of participants who are initially sampled for research study recruit or recommend other potential participants? So this happens in snowball. Okay, whoever has responded give recruit more participants, future participants. So snowball sampling. So if the goodwill raised at the time of retirement of a partner is to be written off in old sharing ratio. Okay, their capital accounts. Fine. Next, premium received on issue of share is capital receipt. Fine. Which of the following statements are the assumptions of marginal costing? Per unit selling price remains unchanged at all levels of operating activity. Okay. Total fixed cost remains constant for all production units. Yes. Total variable cost varies in proportion to the volume of output. Yes, yes. All the elements of cost can be divided into fixed and variable components. Yes. So, all are correct. Fine. Next, calculate profit volume ratio, PV ratio for the following. So they have given us sales for 22-23 and profits. So then we will calculate change in profit and change in sales in 200. So when we do that, it's 40%. Which is the proper sequence of event in activity based system? Calculation of overhead rate, identification of cost driver, identification of cost pool, and assignment of overhead cost. So first we will, here we have the sequence. That is cost drivers. Then we will identify the cost pools, then assign the expenses to the products and calculate the total expenses. Okay, which of the following is not the characteristic of business economy? It is prescriptive. Okay, relies solely on microeconomics. It is not. Okay, it is rational in this. Okay, with scarcity. It is not only macro big economics, but also individual economics, also micro. So the sales revenue maximization objective of the firm was proposed by William J. Baumol. Okay. Next, again we have matched the following. So here, so perfectly elastic demand. Okay, which is something not found in the real world, infinite. Next, we have perfectly inelastic demand is always zero, and relatively elastic demand is greater than 1, and relatively inelastic demand is greater or less than 1. So answer goes according to that. Next, the Rowan Tree Committee was established to look into the proper framework of creating good corporate governance and transparency in accounts. Next, which of the following indicates increasing returns to scale in production process? So when output increases, the proportionate increase in inputs also. Fine. So you own a firm that is currently and continuously incurring a monthly loss of rupees 1000 while operating. But of this, rupees 8000 is a fixed cost which you must pay even if you shut down your operations. Option A. For a firm to be successfully apply price discrimination across different markets, what must be true about demand elasticity? So the elasticity must differ between the markets. In an oligopoly market, when firms cooperate to set prices and output levels, this is called collusion. Next, there's again match the following kind of a question. So yes. So Giffen goods, they show positive. So there are no substitutes. There are bought more when the price is more. Okay, necessity goods. Wait. Necessity goods are the goods which are very important to survive. Okay, so snob effect are goods consumed for the status, and Weibel effect, luxury goods. So the match the following goes according to that. Which of the following statements are true? The objective of cheating in cartels to one is to one short-term profit. Yes. Monopolistic competition is criticized as it helps to build brands. Yes. All competitive firms earn supernormal profits in short run. Not necessarily all. If shoes of Reeboks are available, then the price elasticity of demand of woodland shoes would be low. So here 1, 2, 3 are correct. Sorry, 1 to 4 are correct. When financial instrument issued with detachable warrants and redeemable are secure premium notes. The cost of equity of share of capital is more than the cost of debt. Fine. The optimal capital structure of company is planned as per the consideration of profitability, yes, solvency, yes, and control. So 1, 2, and 4. Fine. Which of the following statement is true? The opportunity cost of input is considered in capital budgeting. Which of the following statement is false? Okay. Capital budgeting decisions are reversible in nature. The statement is very, very wrong. They are irreversible in nature. Once the investment is made and it's long term. Okay. The rate of return on investment increases with the shortage of working capital. Okay. Net working capital is the excess of current assets or current liabilities. This is correct. So, the greater the size of the business unit, larger will be the requirement. Yes, it is correct. Working capital is known as circulating capital. This is also correct. Which are correct statements. So, these three are correct statements. Fine. Consider the following assertion and reason. Management decisions to insure or hedge asset appears at best neutral mutation. The price of systematic risk is identical for all the participants in financial market. So both are correct. Next, according to which of the following theories differences in nominal interest rate will be eliminated in the exchange rate? So Fisher theory, okay. Which of the following is true with respect to fiat currency? It is not backed by any metal. Fiat currency is something which is fixed by the government. ADRs and GDRs are excellent means of investment to invest in India for yes NRIs and foreign nationals. Next, this is again match the following. So first one, short-term money market. We know it is commercial papers are short-term money market. Okay, so operating income approach is about capital structure. Fine. Factoring is working capital management. So M&M theory is arbitrage. Fine. Okay. Which of the following is the affected most by the presence of extreme items, that is arithmetic mean? Okay. Next, again, the match the following. Range, difference of two extreme values, matlab highest value and lowest value. Standard deviation, it is one of the most popular measure of dispersion. Variance, it is a square of standard deviation. Fine. So skewness is lack of symmetry. So as per that it goes. Next, the formula R is equal to 1 minus 6 summation d square by n into n square minus 1 is used to calculate Spearman's rank correlation. Fine. Again, the match the following. Okay. So probability of A union B. This is additional rule. Okay. And this is multiplication rule. So this is conditional rule. So last one is dependent event. Fine. Which of the following conditions are related to binomial probability distribution? The experiment consists of sequence of n identical trials. Okay. Two outcomes are possible on each trial. Yes. The probabilities of two outcomes do not change from one trial to the next. Okay. The trials are independent. So all three statements are correct and are related to binomial. So which of the following statement is or are correct? Research design contributes the blueprint for collection, measurement and analysis of data. Okay. Research design aids the researcher in allocation of limited resources. Both the statements are correct. Which of the following are not the examples of primary data? Not the examples. Okay, interview is there, census is there. So journal and book is not the example. What refers to the elements from where you choose the sample for research? Sampling population. Okay, again, H naught, null hypothesis. Fine. H1, alternate hypothesis. Correct. Alpha, significance level. Probable value. P is probable value. Correct. Okay, so the next one. We have again the abbreviations of Latin and we have to compare it. Firstly, CF is nothing but compare, okay? And Viz is namely. Fine. So IBID is in the same place. So ETAL is and others. Next, again, Maslow's is hierarchy of needs. Frederick is two-factor theory. Okay, so this person, Edwin and Richard, are self-determination theory. So Edwin and Gary are goal-setting theory. Fine. The test conducted to measure the latest skill of candidate is aptitude test. Okay. Interview conducted which are fully planned. Fully planned to high degree of accuracy are referred to as structured interview, because in structured interview fixed questions are asked, so it will be very helpful. The first step in training process is identifying the training needs, obviously. A joint program of training in which education institutions partner with business, we call it as internship training. Fine. Again, we have matched the following. List free leadership is one who takes very less effort. Fine. Democratic leadership who considers the team no. Yeah. So decision is taken by all the team members. And bureaucratic one who follows all the rules and regulation. And transformational is a motivated leader. Yes. Next, the method under which the workers are made the shareholders in the company is co-partnership, guys. If a company cannot pay the directors in full after realization of its assets, then it can be declared as obviously insolvent. Next, the stress that the employee undergoes to make himself competitive and professional is psychological stress. Which of the following statement about span of control is false? The wide of span of control result in less organization cost. Same span of control is same. No, it is not same. Assertion and reasoning. RBI is interested with the management of public debt and issue of new loans and treasurables on behalf of central and state government. Okay. The governor and deputy governor of RBI are appointed to the central government solely for the purpose. So both are correct, but it is not the right explanation. Next, Basel III was introduced stricter requirements for risk management and capital adequacy. What is front end? It is the free charge while buying, that is purchasing. Assertion, the main objective of regional rural banks are for the development of rural, correct. Help alleviate poverty and employment generation for rural youth. Yes, both are correct. Both are correct. Fine. Next, we have again the match the following. Okay, so the correct series is here. So the matching goes according to that. Next, the future will see the most electronic money clearance through satellite networking. Yeah, RBI is encouraging What is that? E-banking. Yes, correct. So both are correct and both are the correct explanation. Profit planning is balance sheet management. Yes. Covering credit investment is yes. Non-fund, yes, not the expenses. Which of the following factors can be counted for smaller number of foreign banks in India? That is, these three are the reasons why there are very less foreign banks in India. That is public central lending, wholly owned subsidiary, and long period of establishment. Robo advisors to provide personalized investment advice. So the correct statements are the Presidency Bank acted as quasi, yes, correct. The Bank of Hindustani was liquidated in 2932, yes. General Bank of India was unsuccessful bank and was dissolved in 71, okay. Bank of Calcutta was renamed as Bank of Bengal in 21. No, this is not correct because it was done in 18s, okay. So, penetration pricing is market, which means goods and services are initially priced at low, correct? To gain market share, increase sales, yes, both are correct. Next, again, match the following. So, we know about demarketing, very easy, that we are discouraging to buy the goods and services. Next, integrated marketing are, yeah, let's solve together. Mega marketing, macro factors, meta marketing, cluster, according to that. So the customer oriented brand equity is focused on customer oriented. So quality and loyalty, I'll go. The customer gap under service marketing is what we are expecting and what we are getting. What difference is that? That is customer pricing. Sorry, that is customer gap in service marketing. Next, marketing is focused on inside and outside. Yes. Marketing concept holds the principle of caveat vendor. That is, let the seller be aware. So both are correct. Next, which of the following characters? Impulse means which happens sudden, where you are not thinking anything. Dividing the heterogeneous market segmentation. Which of the following statement is not correct? Invariable in nature is not correct because it's variable in nature. Service marketing is not same for all. Service is not same for all. Okay, so green marketing, plastic product, no. Highest rate of carbon, no. So this is matching. So the three generic competitive strategies, namely overall cost leadership focus, was given by Michael Porter. So yeah, this was the analysis of our Kset 2025 paper 2 commerce. We have gone through the entire question paper and tried to mark the correct answer. Now we can only wait for the key answers to be released by KEA. So I hope that all of your answers get correct and you clear the examination. It takes a lot of efforts to prepare for such competitive examinations. So, all the best. Let us wait for the key answers to be released. Until then, don't forget to subscribe, hit like, share this video with all the Kset aspirants. And yes, prepare for the UGC NET exam too, because once you have already prepared for SET, so in the same flow, we can give the NET also. Don't forget to subscribe, hit like, share this video with the Kset aspirants. See you in the next video. Happy learning.